caught my fiancée cheating and running an online scam, so I reported her to the FBI and got her arrested. Now she's blaming me for her arrest and ruined career. Not long ago, I was engaged. My girlfriend seemed like someone you could build a life with. She was beautiful, intelligent, admired, and respected by everyone who knew her. She always had good ideas and instincts when it came to making money. She was the girl of my dreams, and I genuinely wanted to spend my whole life with her. After 2 years together, I proposed, and we planned to get married in Bali in 2025. In March of this year, I noticed something off about her behavior. She started coming home 4 to 5 hours late, often with excuses that didn't add up. I also noticed she put a privacy screen on her phone, making it impossible to see what she was doing on the phone. She began leaving the house looking like a diva with impeccable makeup, dyeing her hair more frequently, and changing her hairstyle. She had always been well-groomed, but these changes seemed excessive, like something only models and stars do. I felt uneasy, and the feeling wouldn't go away. So, I put an AirTag in her car to track where she was when she was late. The same day I did this, I saw she was far from home, and her car was parked in a rough area. I drove like a madman until I found her car and waited for her to return. After several hours, she came out of the house with a man. Surprise! They kissed passionately as they left. Despite my anger, I remained calm and decided to talk to her when we got home. I let her leave first so she wouldn't see me and then headed home myself. When I got home, I found her in the kitchen making dinner. Although I was furious during the drive, I managed to stay calm during our confrontation. After several hours of listening to her excuses, tears, and lies, she finally told me the truth. She had started a relationship with that guy. He was involved in stealing credit card data from online store customers and convinced her to create an OnlyFans account and other adult live streaming sites. Together, they used stolen credit cards to fund her model accounts and split the profits. At my insistence, she showed me her OnlyFans and other accounts. After that, I quietly went to the couch and fell asleep. The next day, I contacted the police and sent an email to the FBI explaining what my fiancée was doing. I didn't tell her anything. I pretended to be upset but passive, and she believed me. Nothing happened for more than a week until one day, police officers knocked on our door and arrested her. 1 month later, the FBI took over the case because her lover was part of a larger online scam group with many victims. A few days ago, I got a call from my ex-fiancée, who is currently out on bail. She accused me of ruining her life, saying I overreacted and should have just broken up with her instead of getting her arrested. Now I want to ask you all, am I the idiot in this situation? Should I feel guilty for contacting the police and the FBI? Some relevant comments. Not the idiot. There's nothing she did in this entire story that is the least bit sympathetic, and you owe her nothing. Also, just FWIW, she wouldn't have been arrested if they didn't have solid evidence of her involvement. And that means if you had just reported the lover, she probably still would have ended up being arrested. Not the idiot. F scammers of any kind. F her and her boy toy. Scammers stole all my dad's retirement fund. They all deserve to effing rot. You're not the idiot for reporting your ex-fiancée when she was involved in illegal activities, especially with credit card fraud. Her actions not only impacted you but also harmed many others. While it's understandable to feel conflicted about the outcome, you acted to protect yourself and potentially prevent further wrongdoing. It's a tough situation, but prioritizing integrity and legality is important. Not the idiot. You were made aware of criminal shenanigans regarding your fiancé's involvement in credit card fraud. I guess your ex found the real-life explanation of what it means to reap what you sow. Sorry this happened to you. I wish you much luck in your future relationships. Story 2. Me and my ex-wife, Mary, have been together for 7 years and married for 2. We waited to have babies cause we wanted first to be financially stable, and after 2 years we started trying to have a baby. So a few months passed by when I caught her cheating on me. I immediately told her that I wanted divorce, and she went crazy trying to suggest couple therapy, to forgive her, to think wisely cause everyone make mistakes, her words, and all this type of BS, but I was adamant on my decision and never forgave anyone for cheating in my life and never would. Our divorce was quick, thanks to a prenup, but unfortunately very dramatic cause during the separation, and even in court Mary wouldn't stop crying and begging me to think back at my decision. Fortunately, like I said, it was quick, and I always thank God for the idea of the prenup cause it avoided a lot of other drama and discussion. I still have everything, and since she cheated on me I didn't have to pay her anything. The thing is that after I caught her cheating I tried my best to cut all contacts with her and to talk with her only through my lawyer. And when finally the divorce was finalized, I changed my number and house to avoid any unnecessary and useless drama. 3 years passed by and I'm still trying to recover cause it really hurted me deep and cause I really loved her. But unfortunately cheating is one of the few things I never forgave anyone, but thanks to my therapist I'm slowly recovering and getting better. Now the issue is this: after my divorce, I didn't hear any news from Mary, so I didn't know anything about her life or anything else. A few days ago, I reluctantly found out that she had a big car accident and was hospitalized in serious condition. I only know this because 2 days ago I bumped into Mary's parents in the supermarket, and they immediately told me about it, even though I don't understand why. They then said it would be nice if I visited her at the hospital because despite what happened between us, Mary was always an important part of my life. I told them that I would never go to visit her because Mary wasn't my problem anymore, and I don't have to do anything for her. We started arguing, and I clearly told them that I don't give a damn about Mary, her life, or what she's doing because she cheated on me, breaking my trusts. They always justified her cheating by blaming me for what happened, so she can go to hell, and then I left. They reached out to my parents and told them what happened, and now my father and my sisters agree with me, while my mother insists that I was a huge idiot because, despite how badly Mary hurt me, she was still my ex-wife, so a quick visit wouldn't change anything for me. My friends are divided on the issue, so here I am. So folks of Reddit, am I the idiot? Edit, I'm happy that most of you are on my side, and I want to honestly say that I'm extremely resentful, and I hold grudges, but that's my character. This story with my ex left a mark on me, and anything connected to her makes me angrier and more resentful than I've ever been because I really loved her. Divorcing her was one of the most difficult things I ever did because although I appear tough and strict on the outside, I thought a lot about Mary and the possibility of giving her another chance. But then I think about what she did to me and how badly I suffered in those 3 years, and my resentment grows more and more. I had a decent relationship with Mary's parents because they were never happy about our relationship and were always skeptical for reasons that I don't know. And the last thing is about my mother. At the moment, I thought nothing of what she said, but now that many of you have pointed out her thoughts on cheaters and cheating, I'm going to have a talk with her and my father. Okay, my mom was close with Mary, but this episode is off, and when I talk with her, I will update you. So again, thank you all for restoring a bit of hope in me. Update, first of all, I don't know if I hate you all or if I want to thank you for your suspicions about my mother's response. Right now, I'm leaning more towards hating you all. I'll try to keep this short. A few days ago, when my mother told me her opinion on the issue with my ex, we were alone in the kitchen, and my father wasn't there. But yesterday, I had a talk with both of them about this because you were right, her response was off, and it sounded like she had some issues with cheating. I hate to admit it, but you were right. So, I had a talk with both of them, and it turns out my mother used to cheat on my father with her ex for the first 2 years of their marriage. When her ex came to stay in our city, she was about to divorce my father. But then her ex died tragically in a car accident with other people, and they both agreed to couples therapy. But it didn't really sort things out at all. When my father found out about my mother's opinion, he literally freaked out and yelled at her that she should be ashamed of her thoughts, especially given her past as a cheater and knowing how hard he worked on their marriage to prevent divorce. My mother started shedding crocodile tears, and my father, knowing her well enough, wasn't sorry for his harsh words. There was a lot of yelling and screaming, and my father told her that if these were her thoughts, he seriously wanted a divorce this time. He yelled at her to pack her stuff and leave his house. Legally, it's my father's house. And after hours of crying, arguing, and shouting, she left and went to stay at her female best friend's house. I never knew any of this, and neither did my sisters, who heard my father shouting and ran downstairs to see what was going on. Once they understood, they all turned against my mother. Now the situation is this: my father is grateful to me for finally opening my eyes. My sisters now hate my mother blames me for all this mess, and so does my family. But how the hell is it my fault if my mother was a cheater who almost destroyed my parents' marriage? Seriously, I never saw or heard my father yell, shout, or be so angry at someone before yesterday. My father has always been like a giant teddy bear, and everyone always told me he was the classic sweet giant. Seeing him that angry yesterday was something I never even imagined. So thanks to your suspicions, this is the situation, and it's all a complete mess. Relevant comments. None of that was your fault. Your mother did this to herself. Your father was trying to make it work, likely because of his kids, but to hear his wife support your cheating wife, he realized she was not truly remorseful about what she did in the past. She didn't learn anything. She had it coming. Your father is thankful for you for revealing this disgusting behavior from your mom. His choice to divorce her is on him, not you. Your mom is just mad her feelings were now forced out, but it was her that laid them out when she told you to support your wife regardless of what she did. Classic behavior of a narcissist. Everyone else is at fault but never them. OP, everything you did was right, and I think everything that happened is for the best. I mean, it shows how your mom never really appreciated your dad's effort to make their marriage work again. It's so much harder for the one who got cheated than the one who cheated to pull things together again. She was staying with him because it was convenient and not to make things work again. She never regretted her actions, and that's what your father finally understood. Yup, totally believable that your mother cheated on your father for the first 2 years of the relationship. Then they worked through it, and they spent how many decades married together. Your father only just now realized what your mother truly thought and just now saw the light. Miraculously, the house actually belongs to him, so your mother had to leave no matter what. Your siblings totally hate her now, and everyone hates her now because she's a big villain, just like your ex. And this all totally happened. Story 3. Hi, I am posting this here after it got removed from Am I the Idiot because there is going to be an update after my wife comes home, I think. I just got married. My wife, Tanya, basically raised her sister, Marie, after their mom passed away. Even after their dad remarried, Tanya and her sister were more mom-daughter than sisters. Marie got married last year and she got pregnant right away. No, not before. They figure they got pregnant on their honeymoon. Marie went into premature labor at our wedding reception. She gave birth to a tiny but healthy baby girl. And for some reason, Tanya decided that she needed to go take care of her. We were supposed to leave for our honeymoon 2 days after our wedding, but Tanya said she couldn't just leave. She isn't a doctor or a nurse. Marie has a dad, a stepmom, a husband, a mother and father-in-law. I don't understand why she had to go, but we had non-refundable tickets, and insurance didn't cover. I have to stay and take care of my sister as part of the coverage. Plus I had booked 2 weeks off for my wedding and honeymoon. So since I was going to be home by myself doing nothing while my wife was in another city doing whatever, I went on the honeymoon by myself. I got a massive bed all to myself. I used all the resort credits that were for couples massages, romantic excursions, and special meals on deep sea fishing and a dune buggy tour of the island. I just got back and my wife is still with her sister, but she is upset that I went on our honeymoons by myself. Was I supposed to let the money go to waste? Was I supposed to sit at home playing Diablo while I waited for her to be done? We are fighting about it. My friends all agree that I would have been dumb to waste the money and my time off. Her friends think I was an idiot to go enjoy myself while she was taking care of her sister and a new baby. I will add that there was no place for me to stay at Marie's house. Tanya is sleeping in the nursery since the baby is still in NICU. Some comments, not the idiot. And this comes from a mom of a baby who was born last year at 30 weeks gestation and weighed 2 pounds 7 ounces. She literally cannot do anything to help with the baby in the NICU. Sure, she can be there to support the parents, but it sounds to me like they had other people able to do so. Your wife could have gone on the honeymoon. I went through a similar situation while I was in the hospital and I made my dad go on his trip. I ended up having an emergency C-section while he was en route on the plane. Anyways, absolutely not the idiot. I hope you enjoyed your trip. Comments are nuts. Buddy would have just been at home, alone, bored. Not the idiot. His wife didn't need him. He's not arguing his wife should have come. He's asking if he did anything wrong when he was otherwise just going to be at home alone, uninvolved with any of the goings-on with the nephew, and the trip would have been a total loss, money-wise. He didn't do anything wrong. Y'all are nuts. He wouldn't have been at the hospital supporting anyone. He would have been at home, alone. Edit, I'm going to add, because a lot of you are spectacularly illiterate. That Buddy spells out that he would not, even if he'd stayed, be with his wife. He wouldn't have a place to sleep at his Sill's house. He wouldn't be there, he would not be present. He could not help because he would not be there. He would be home alone. They don't live in the same place. He wouldn't have any chance to be helpful. He'd be at home alone. He wouldn't be there. Why did I write it like that? Because OP spelled it out pretty clearly and a lot of you just glossed over in your rush to get to the comments and tell OP he should have done things he would never be in a position to do. Because he'd be at home, alone, away from all of this. If you're going to give people real advice on their literal lives, the least you can do is read the entire question. Anything else is, forgive me, pretty stupid. Update, the baby, Emily, is home and healthy. Just tiny. My sister-in-law kicked my wife out the day the baby came home. Tanya wouldn't let her do anything. Marie told her that she had plenty of help. Tanya said she didn't mind sticking around. Marie told her that her and her husband did have a problem with it. Marie also told all her relatives that if Tanya was staying with them they weren't allowed over until she left. Tanya asked if would mind if she rented an Airbnb so she could stay nearby. I said I would prefer if she came home. We had an argument. I said that we should just not actually get married if this was going to be my life. Tanya came home to fight face to face. We had the fancy wedding and reception in Iowa for her family. We were going to get officially married in Colorado after we got back from the honeymoon. She wants to know why I'm having second thoughts. I showed her the original post and how almost 50% of the comments were calling for an annulment. I said we are both young and can walk away without losing much. All the gifts are in her dad's garage and they are easy enough to return. I said that there was no way I was going to out up with being the third wheel in our marriage. She has agreed to start going to counseling and we are going to hold off on getting end paperwork settled for 1 year to give her a chance to decide what she wants. If she says that her sister comes first after 1 year, then I'm out. That's all. No more drama. Thanks for everyone who told me where I stood. I love Tanya, but I love myself too. Everyone who said I was an idiot for not understanding why she was needed can suck it. Story 4. So I'm 22 male, my wife is 21 female, we have been together since childhood. We have been dating since I was 17. Problem is she met with an accident when she was 11 and since then she couldn't walk. We are working on it but it isn't promising at all. So we got married 8 months ago. My family and hers and our friends all joined us. My family criticized me for marrying so early and being rash. I have 2 elder brothers, they are 2 years apart, and 1 elder sister who's 4 years older than me. They attended my wedding and I thought they accepted her. But a few days ago, we had a family dinner cause finally my eldest sister was going to get married. Everything was going good. We joked around, drank, ate, danced, etc., etc. My wife was sleepy, so I took her upstairs and put her to sleep. She can't handle alcohol at all. I came downstairs and after a while, out of nowhere my sister said that it's better if my wife is not present in her wedding. I thought it was a joke so I laughed. She said she was serious. I asked her why. She simply said that she want me to be beside her and not carry my wife around. I was like, what? She's not a burden, she's family. And I told her that. She said after that, she accepts my wife, but I will end up paying too much attention my wife instead of being with her. And it's only reasonable that a brother should always be with her sister during her wedding. I just said I will always be with her. She doesn't have to worry about my wife. That's when my brothers came in. They said that I have done enough for my wife, and it's time for me to do something for my sister. They said I should have married another woman, instead of a burden. I looked at my dad and he just gave me a sign to calm down. But my mother joined as well and told me that my siblings are right. My wife shouldn't join the wedding cause I won't pay attention to my siblings and wedding and keep taking care of my wife. I finally lost my cool. After hearing all this I went sober. I said if my wife is not invited, then I'm not invited either. I said I'm leaving as I was going upstairs to wake my wife up and leaving. My family stopped me and said I'm being unreasonable. I said I'm not in the mood RN. If I hear another offensive word, I'll do something we all will regret. So I just grabbed my wife and went back to home. She asked why we left. I said I got urgent work in the morning. My boss called me on short notice. She bought it. But my family keeps saying I was in the wrong for threatening them. So am I the idiot for the way I reacted? Relevant comments. It's only reasonable that a brother should always be with her sister during her wedding. WTF, where is her husband, the man she just married at exactly? My mother joined as well and told me that my siblings are right. My wife shouldn't join the wedding cause I won't pay attention to my siblings and wedding. Why does OP need to pay so much damn attention to a wedding? He's not the one getting married, right? Not the idiot. Hold firm OP, continue to support and love your wife. Your family is weird, SMDH. Not the idiot. So what, your sister expects you to be by her side the whole wedding? That's weird. Then why is she singling you out? You have 2 other brothers, they can be by her side. And honestly, the only person who should be by her side is her soon-to-be husband. Your family are idiots and I would consider going LC to NC if they continue to disrespect your wife. Dude, you are an awesome husband, especially for someone so young. This old guy is proud of you. Your wife is your primary family. Everyone else is secondary, including your sister and mother. There is no way I'd go to the wedding now, even if they invite your wife. You know their true feelings. They are crappy. Take your wife somewhere that day and don't give a second thought to your horrible family. I would post pictures of that day with a few comments about how you got to spend the day with the only person in your life that matters to you. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you really like our videos, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Have a good day.